remind me at the end. So a volunteer meeting, if you're signed up to be a volunteer, meet James at the registration table at 11:45, just before lunch. If you signed up for volunteers, do that. The wireless you probably already know, but I'll go ahead and say it again. Student 12, password is follow me 1027. Follow me 1027. I'll try to remember to say that again at the end.
Is there any capitals?
All lowercase. FOLLOWME 1027. If you have issues, it's okay to let you know. You'll be the conduit. First, try rebooting your machine, which I still need to do. And it's student 12. I was actually able to get on guest, but I had issues with student 12 one. Did everyone get a program guide? I brought a few extra. Okay. So what we're going to do in this session is just kind of do an intro, welcome you. We're going to go through the program guide, a few slides on some of the history of the conference, and then we'll go through and introduce yourself. Just a few minutes, like your name, if you have a company or studio, what that is, if you're working on a project, what that is, or if you're just here to experience. That's fine too. And we'll do favorite ice cream flavor or something in addition to all that. Did we do ice cream last year? Yeah, that was a pizza topping. Favorite.
Have a pizza topping this year then.
All right, favorite pizza topping that you put on ice cream. So Eric graciously volunteered to open us up in prayer, so let's go to our Lord.
Lord, thank you for bringing us all here together, that you give us safe passage here, everyone's made here safely. Lord, please work through us this week as you use us and you introduce us to new people and new skills. Please be with us as we come together, to honor you and to love you. In Jesus' name.
So definitely want to welcome you here. I think it's safe to say it's a God thing that you're here because I'm an engineer and I'm an event planner. Charlie's a software engineer, right? Your degree CS. You know, he's great at logistics though. Speaks some coding aspects. But I mean, a lot of you, some of you just heard about it, Tim just heard about it just, last week, 2 weeks ago. And you don't know us, so you show up. So hopefully you realize this is a God thing and we give him the glory for that. Go ahead and get out your printed program. We'll go ahead and step through this first. A big thanks to Dan Crowell with Icon Communications. Put up with me for weeks on that. Is that the right font? The spacing looks off. I did it via email, so the voice didn't. All right, so front page. If you're in the right spot, hopefully that looks okay. On the inside page, if you don't have a pen, get one now. That's all it comes. Okay. And write your name, phone number, email, or not. If you don't want it back and you lose it, you won't get it back.
Can I just write loud kid with shirt?
Sure.
People know
We can
that.
translate that. So every year there's a few that get lost, and it's always nice to be able to get them back, especially if you're taking notes. So go ahead and take a minute and do that. Does anybody need a pen? There's a special thank you section. Go ahead and read through that, or maybe I will. Need a little bit bigger font, Dan. Or a better light. I'm getting old, All right, we definitely want to thank these people that have volunteered to be speakers and workshop leaders. thanks so much for being willing to share what God's given you and your wisdom and your insights. We want to thank our advisors and board members. We have a lot of prayer warriors out there. Special thanks to Digital Praise, even though they're no longer. They were a big help in getting the association set up. So that's Tom, his brother Bill Bean, and Peter Fotos. This Charlie Mott guy, I don't know about him. He shows up every year, brings food and much support, so he's a good guy. And he usually brings like 3 or 4 kids. We're down to 1 and he's a cripple. Don't you have more at home? Sorry, I'm not. Where's he at? There you are. Not a cripple. Severely handicapped. Which is great if you're in golf. Laureen and her family, thanks so much for all your help. John DeMarguerite is in Australia, was a big help early on. Peter, or Stone, as I know him, Engelbright, he's the Inspired Idea guy. Brenda Huff is Wisdom Tree. Crazy Emmerich family, we don't know those guys. Good brother Keith Cornell volunteered early on. And Seth will be here Friday night, I think, if I remember right. He goes to a camp, really cool camp he can tell you about. We always seem to get the dates messed up. Poochers, kid folks of mine have been helpful. Leaping Lizards do shirts for us. And all the wonderful volunteers. If you see a volunteer, give them a hug. Unless you're sweaty like me, and then it's a quick hug. Warning, I am a huggy person. I apologize in advance. Live through one and then say that's enough, and I'll back off. There's Dan Crown. Hey, got you in there twice, Dan. Many others. So special thanks to, we had Viatech and the FIC. They helped patron and get the first website going. First professional website, I should say. You would laugh at the very first one, which became code used to be functional, but ugly. Of course, we want to thank our Savior, our common bond, for being here. Table of contents, page 1. We'll get to the, go ahead and hold the insert, which is the schedule. We'll get to that at the end. Page 2. Again, welcome. We have some statistics that we hope to find the reference for at some point. For some reason, it did get captured, but obviously, you guys know it, games are kind of taking over the world in one aspect or another. And so we may as well take advantage of that avenue for the kingdom. Some core values there towards the latter half of page 2. The heart and soul of CGC is God. And it's great that we can come together and celebrate not only our salvation, but how are we going to be salt and light to Him. Games are excellent teachers. You can ask Jeremiah about that aspect. I don't want me to read through these. I'll do the don't preach, invite, don't push, entice. Unless you're me, then you hug them until they say they want to be done. Page 3, tips for a great conference. We do want to reiterate, especially once we're in the smaller classroom, if you get a cell phone call, go ahead and jump and head out of the room. Don't try to talk to them, during a session. Just common courtesy like that. If someone taps you on the shoulder and suggests that, don't be offended. It's obviously it's loud enough to get their attention. So, warning: the speaker may call you out. Hey, I've got a word problem for you or something. So, don't be offended. But as of this moment, you're all deputized. So you're not only going to be watching out for that for yourself, but if you notice someone like my son, Jacob, being real noisy, give him a nudge, and if he keeps up, kick him out the doors. We're going to avoid religious debates. I know people love to do that. I'm not one of them. But the reason we're going to avoid it is we don't have time, unfortunately. Got a watch. I don't have a watch. Yeah, you're supposed to be here yesterday for those. You know, if you want to do it outside of the session, that's great. It's just it'll bog everything down. So please try to minimize that, especially if you know a stumbling block for someone. Try to minimize that as well. So that third paragraph is kind of the deputizing. You know, be courteous. If you tend to dominate the discussion, you know, try to restrict yourself to some others that may not. I've got a brother that's 6'4", ultra shy, so it's hard for him to come out of the shell. So if you're like that, I encourage you to go ahead and, especially if you have a good thought or an idea, and it's appropriate time, share that. We're very grateful for our hosts, so the facilities here at Concordia. Let's be respectful and pick up our own trash, even if it's not church. So go ahead and grab that, especially if it's a cup full of something that looks like, you know, it's going to get spilled and make even more of a mess. It's, you know, best to catch it while it's not so messy. Encouragement, so fellowship. We want you to be part of the family. We do encourage you to find a church if you're not involved with one, just because you need that fellowship weekly or even more often. A year or two ago was the challenge to ship a game. And Benjamin's going to share how he took that challenge and others have taken that challenge. And we realize that seems like a daunting task. Well, if that's the case, then maybe think mobile or a smaller amount of gameplay, or maybe it's just a 1 or 2 level, depends what game is, but or get help and just try to ship something before next year so that you can be leading a workshop and sharing that experience. Team focus. I don't know how many times I've heard, hey, you guys got enough people, you can do a AAA game with resources here. Well, that's probably true. It's just that everyone else has got their project. So pray about that one. We may not have the money, we definitely have the resources. If that's something that God puts on your heart, you might have to put your project on the back burner for a while. But pray about that. Maybe God will do something amazing this weekend. There have been studios formed because of the conference. Great things come out of that. And again, be salt and light, not only through your games, but in your everyday life. Jump to the next page. So I'll let you read all the wonderful bios. There's no contest for length learning.
I'm sorry. And also, my credits on my new release, there's actually shorter than
Oh, excellent. So feel free to read those. I don't think I got everybody in there, but everyone that sent something in, we did get you in there. So thank you for doing that. And again, thank you for sharing. Notes page. Some of you are already digital, so you'll be doing digital notes, but those old schoolers actually like find some ash and scrawl. Hieroglyphics, cave painting. So that's what 8 and 9's for. 10 and 11 are our sponsors. I can go through these. I want to thank the Game Church guys for being here. Grace Words Interactive, that's me. Heaven Blessing Tiny New, Starring, and a whole motley crew, or heavenly crew, of volunteers worldwide. There's Icon, he got you 3 times, so you're doing good. Power Up Games, that's Brad. I don't think he'll make it this year. Rebel Planet is Peter Chernus, he'll be coming. And of course, Soma Games, I think you're getting 3 or 4 Soma Games. You live in Newburgh. Any word on, they should be driving here.
Yeah,
They'll be here eventually.
There's a few of us.
Yeah, Newburgh's a happening place. It's about an hour from here, so if you guys want to visit, we can arrange that. Page 12, just some resources. So don't lose your program. You can look these up at your leisure. Definitely press if you do release, ship that game for next year. Go ahead and tout it. Get press release out. If you need help, ask for help.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to mention this because it's not in the resources and I forgot to send it in a Tim or anything like that, but we now have, because I promised last year that I'd start this, a CGDC STEAM community. If if anybody's interested, just look up Christian Game Developers Conference. I think the URL is steam.com/CGDC. Hang out, talk about games you like, help people find other games that are appropriate for Christians that way. I'm really sorry for not mentioning this in the pamphlet. I just realized this would be a good place to mention it. But I promised last year I would make one, and I did.
Awesome.
So, yeah. We don't have any members yet except me, so definitely look it up.
Is it only out there in cyberspace?
Yes,
Steam.com/CGDC.
I think it is. But if you look through the Steam communities and
Just search.
CGDC, it should be on there. And yeah, I'll spam you guys with screenshots of my awesome beat hazard using skillet music.
Skillet is in frying pan.
No, the band. It's a scheme where you can shoot things using your own music. It's really cool.
Anything else? Any resource someone wants to mention?
There's a resources page on the CGDC website too, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah.
Remind me to get that updated. It's not.
There's a, yeah, I'll just put all the videos on the CGDC page.
You can do a new one under 2013.
Right.
Makes sense. Try to stay with me.
One thing about those, we're gonna have to download them or something, because all of the ones that used to be on live stream under the other categories, if people don't watch them, they get deleted.
Why not do a YouTube channel? I'm sorry, I can help set one up.
Let's follow up with that.
Okay.
Either do a YouTube or, actually I prefer God to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can do that too, I've got both, so.
I can help you with that.
It'll probably take longer.
Quick question on the last one, that christiandevs.com. Anybody members there? It's a forum that's been around, used to be christiancoders.com. I encourage you to jump on there. I haven't personally been on there very often just because I'm so busy with the other things, but it's Mac Koenig from Crucifix has helped get that. We're kind of rebooted after Kryler. No, I'm not sure Kryler's involved anymore. He did the Christian Coders. And there's another cool site, Mr. Slick, christiangaming.com. Did I get that one in here?
It's still kind of a mess.
You're kind of rebooting that, is that last I heard?
Another reboot, yeah.
Awesome. They're doing it in the movies now. Why not the website? I'm not sure I can recommend a Superman, but we can talk offline with that. So feel free to email me or Charlie with other resources. If Game Church is a good one, we should get that on there. It's not.
I don't go there.
Is it evil?
It's evil.
Okay, page 13. Obviously, you're here, so this may be redundant at this point, but the maps. Coach is number 9, bottom right there. And then pretty much 1 and 3. So Luther here is 1, and 3 is the Hagen OBA. If you want to roam around campus, feel free to do that. However, let's think safety, so maybe go in groups. For you ladies, please do not go unescorted. There's plenty of men that would be more than happy to escort you, especially if it's dark out. I'm not saying it's an unsafe place, it's just let's be smart about it. I've got some younger kids. My kids are only 14 and 16, so the other, as parents, we encourage you to also help us keep an eye out on them. If they're getting ready to set up some fireworks, go over and give them the deputy tap. Let's hold that off for a while. Take the lighter away. Where'd you get that punk? What do they call him, punk? So definitely encouraged, just general safety. I found teenagers don't always have common sense, so they might need a little bit more encouragement than others. But for sure, you ladies, feel free to ask for escorts if you're going from the expo area. The expo area will close around midnight, but Charlie will get into those details back to the apartments. So definitely think smart. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the schedule before Charlie takes over. So that's your insert. Did everyone have an insert? Front and back, half page. So, let's just go ahead and run through them. We've survived breakfast so far. I have some tons if you didn't. And then we have restrooms as well. The nearest one here is back here around the corner. And then over in Hagen, number 3, your reg table, if you keep going around the corner, there's a set around there as well. So lunch, breakfast and lunch will be in the same locations we were. So that's building 3 upstairs for some of you latecomers. Jumping in, we're going to have, starting at 1, Thomas will have us, and that'll be in location 1. And this is location 1. You still have your pin out. On the back, you can put location 1 is L121 for Luther 121. And then location 2 is L118, which is just right across the hall there. Anybody have pins? I'm terrible. Won't see me play softball. Okay, so 1 o'clock, and then we'll have a 3 o'clock workshop, and that's when we'll start breaking up. So we'll have one in here, and the other location 2 across the way. The panel will be here. Let's go ahead and maybe set the table on some chairs. Dinner we'll be bringing in Panda Express, and we're going to be setting up out in the hallway. Is that the plan? So it'll be over here. So that's the exception. Breakfast, lunch, always over there. Dinner Thursday and Saturday night here, and then hometown buffet on Friday night. After we go to our food coma, Expo and Fellowship across the way upstairs, and then for those late nighters, we can have I call it midnight prayer session. I started at 11:30 because they're going to kick us out at midnight, so we can always move it over to the apartments if we want to continue. Friday morning, bright and early, 7:30. Expo area, is that okay? Charlie will either be in charge or nominate someone to be in charge of that. Again, breakfast at 8, another 2 talks, pretty self-explanatory. Anything out of the ordinary. The 1 o'clock session is a Skype session, so that one, we've done those in the past. Sometimes it's a little hard to hear, so definitely on that one, try to minimize distractions. They do want to take questions, so we'll probably have to ask a question, and someone closer to the mic will probably have to transmit that. So we appreciate your patience on that one. At 4 o'clock, we're going to do a men's and women's breakout. Can I nominate a lady to be in charge of making sure you guys are organized and making that happen?
Women are always organized.
Fair deal. Is there a men volunteer? You volunteer?
No, I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
What's a breakout? Is it like a physical challenge or what?
Yes. There's this game where these blocks up here, you got a ball. Then there's a 3D version of it. So,
Who did you get for the women's breakout?
I just got you and Laurie, so make sure that happens between the 2 of you.
Oh, really? What's the breakout?
It's just something different from, it's not a traditional talk. It's more like probably a discussion time.
Oh, okay.
And it can flex if everyone there says, I don't want to, I want to cover this topic, so go ahead and flex and adjust.
Group discussion type.
So kind of a
Yeah.
controlled chaos session. How about can I nominate a man to make sure the men's one goes off without too many hitches and no food fights?
You're gonna have to volunteer some.
I think Scott should do it. He's got the cool hat. So just make sure the men's breakout session just gets organized and gets started. Sure.
No pressure.
Trust me, it'll take off on its own. No
Yeah.
worries.
Can't be any harder than working with the second
That's right.
Somebody please record the men's session, I have to see how messed
No,
up.
no. No recording devices during those two sessions, please. On the back is jumping to 5 o'clock. Group photo, you'll see in a minute why that's important. If you're not photogenic, go ahead and give us some grace and volunteer your face at least for a little bit of time. So we're going to meet at location 1, Charlie, and then if it's probably better outside if it's sunny. So get organized here. Dinner at 5:30, and then again 6:30, Expo and Fellowship. On Saturday, we want to add a prayer session at 7:30.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and get your pens out and mark that in. 7:30 a.m. prayer.
What's
That-
it?
On Saturday morning at Expo. Any and everybody is welcome to attend that. And then the rest of Saturday, pretty much standard, except for the 10:30. Thomas, can I put you on the spot? Can you explain the real skills, or was it Jai? Who can explain that better?
I can explain what I think.
Why don't you do that?
Okay, sure. So I made the transition from hobbyist into being a full-time game developer. A lot of things that I went into it thinking were wrong. And so I said to Tim, it would be really great to know what the real skills are that you need to make games as opposed to the skills that I thought I needed in order to make games. So I'm going to start off with 8 misconceptions that I had going into it. Maybe you have them, maybe you don't. And then we just have a focused time of Q&A on 3 different topics. Game development in terms of engine programming, art, and game design. And so however long those are. So I'm hoping that you guys are kind of bringing the content from that perspective, like questions that you'd like to ask somebody who's maybe done it before. And that might not be me answering, it might be somebody else in the audience answering it, but that's the general.
Unfortunately, there wasn't time in the schedule, so it's at the same time as the second track, which is more business topics. So same concept, but covering team building, business, and marketing. So we hope those take off, and next year we will try to get so that we can attend both of those, but this year it just didn't work out. So any questions on the schedule before I turn it over to Charlie for logistics?
Which day did you say those two were at?
That's at 10:30, the real skills workshop. So it's 2 different tracks. It'll probably be less disruptive if you pick one track and just stay with it. So the idea is each session will be about 10 minutes that the person will share, and then probably 5 minutes of Q&A. But it'll probably go longer, so that's why it's still a full slot. Any other questions on anything? LA, is it clear?
Is there like a 7-Eleven or a Rite Aid in your campus that's in walking distance? I just know because I would love some coffee drops. And so,
I thought it was bookstore.
Yeah, so there is a general kind of food place about 3 blocks due east of here. So if you go back out to Holman Street and hit that way, about 3 blocks down.
I did bring some medicines, but I don't bring cough drops.
I think I actually have that.
That's a question about, is it CGD, that this is represented by, or CGDC?
So,
C is the conference.
yeah, I didn't do that.
No, I'm just curious. What's referred to
Change
as group
the
as, or?
So we did things backwards. We started the conference in '02, so it's Christian Game Developers Conference. And I was told, no, you're supposed to do an association, and then do a conference. Oh, okay. Again, stupid engineering. So we actually have an association, ACE, Association of Christian Entertainment, that got formed. And it's originally like ICGDA, International Christian Game Developers Association. ACE, a little bit easier to remember. So officially, they were supposed to do it doing business as, but they changed the name of the organization. So that is our official name, if you look us up on tax purposes. we still kept the CGDC for the conference, so. It just caused a bunch of crazy Christians. If no other questions, Charlie, actually, Charlie's probably better answer logistics question. You want to just cover general logistics?
I think I should.
Snacks?
Yeah, Tim did a great job covering pretty much everything, so the couple minor things, so for those of you that are staying out in the dorms, most of you have already found your way over there, or if you have, this is your first night, dorms are off to the side here. We gave out keys. Those keys are single copies that the facilities here wants back. It's $75 if you don't return, so make sure you keep them out then. The rooms have, or the apartments have 4 bedrooms in each one of them. The front door uses the same key that the door to the bedroom uses. The front door, when you unlock it, stays unlocked until you use the key to lock it again. The bedroom door, when you unlock it, locks immediately, so it only unlocks with the key, or is only actively unlocked while you have the key in it. Oh, you can't from the inside probably? Yeah. If you don't, just from the key side, it just will lock behind you, so you have to be a little bit careful on that. The rooms have, the apartments have a single bathroom in them, and as far as I've been able to tell, none of them have locks on the doors, so make sure you knock before you go in. Let's see, then food, you guys have already hopefully all discovered where breakfast is back in the main building there. We have breakfast and lunch in that building, and then we, as Tim already pointed out, we'll either be having dinners, we'll be getting the meals, serving them in here, or going off-site. So tonight is Panda Express, and we'll be setting up a table back here where the drinks are, serving off of that. You guys are welcome to use the classroom 118 to eat in, or go outside. The weather will probably be fine, probably a little nicer out there. Same thing with pizza on Saturday. We'll be serving here and then out there. You can't take the food back into the Expo Center area. The reason is that area that we're using the Expo Center in, another place we can really set up, is also used by the cafeteria, and for food service reasons, they can't have food outside brought into that area. They said it would be okay if we brought the drinks in, so we'll try and bring the coolers of drinks over to the Expo area in the evening, but they don't want us bringing any food stuff in there, so you're welcome to walk around with it, but don't go into that section. And then, for those of you that haven't been to Oregon before, welcome to Oregon. We recycle, which means that we charge ourselves money for every bottle and pop can that we buy, and then we expect to get that recycled later. So we have a big container right by the drinks out and back there that says recyclable bottles and cans. Everything that we serve on the table back there now, bottled water as well, everything is, those bottles are recyclable, so just toss them in that thing. You could also use the recycled containers around the campus, but if you toss them in those, then we don't get the money back, it goes to campus, but it's probably fine, at least it's not trashed that way. But anyway, that's why there's that big container back there. And yes, in case you didn't see, we have 3 containers of drinks across the back. One of them has water and sugar-free drinks. And then the center one has pop, and the far one has juice and juice Gatorade drinks and things like that, just like those. And those are all free for the taking. Additionally, we'll be offering snacks. We've got a couple bowls of snacks that we'll bring in during the time between lunch and dinner. But of course, as you know, we're offering dinner too, so you don't have to eat the snacks. They'll be there for you. And then Tim mentioned this already, but the Expo Center is in the top stairs of the other section over there where we're having the meals. We'll be moving over there for fellowship in the evenings and hanging out there until, at the moment, they said we need to be out till midnight. If people are feeling strongly that we want to try to stay later than that, I can negotiate with them and we can push that time out further, as I said. But midnight is the standard time that we normally get kicked out of that building. As Tim mentioned as well, you guys probably already marked down on there, but we are doing term meetings every morning at 7:30, so that'll be in the upstairs where the cafeteria is in the same area. As you probably noticed, for lunches, the cafeteria will be mixing with other groups, but the area that is to the south side behind that kind of black curtain wall, that's kind of our area. We can take over that area. And as the weekend progresses, I think the rest of the groups will be out of here and it'll be just, the whole thing will be ours, but in the evenings it'll just be us. Any other questions about logistics facilities?
Yeah, apartments, check out Sunday morning, what's the deal? Do those things Saturday night?
I will be here on Sunday. Yes.
Turn into usually the chaos at that point. If
Right.
somebody is a designated person the keys go to or a specific place, one or the other.
Well, yeah. So James, who is over registration right now, or myself, either of us can take the keys. So feel free to turn the keys into us. I think you guys all will have paid ahead of time, so it's just a matter of getting the keys back to us. Either one of us will be fine to get them to. I will probably be wandering around, James will probably be after registration area. So,
I have a question. Do you have any details about the beach trip yet?
we will not be doing a beach trip this year.
One more beach?
Yeah, sorry. Next year we'll plan better, but I had something going on with some family and friends that we needed to meet with on Sunday, and anyway, I need to be here on site on Sunday. Anyway, they'll clean up things, so. Unless, yeah. So wait, else wants to take on a beach trip, they are more than welcome. I will not be this Sunday this year. Any other questions?
How many people here are interested in the beach trip?
There's a few that checked it off and registered.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so you are more than welcome to work it out with me, and we can try to figure out how to coordinate one. I think it's a great idea, just I can't do it this year.
So what if I lose my keys, Mr. Knopf?
You're the money guy. How does that work?
I owe the school $75.
All right, so.
But my laptop's locked inside my room and I don't have the key.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we have access to the local security group as well as a conference number. They would prefer that all of the calls go through either myself or James, so get a hold of one of us, we will give them a call and coordinate. Likewise, if one of these rooms is locked and you need to get into it, or something else you find that is going wrong with facilities, or like we discovered this morning, something with the electrical equipment. Actually, if there's any problems with IT-related stuff, you're supposed to talk to Jeremiah instead. Yeah, there you go. As it turns out, the IT here doesn't know anything, but
It's like last year.
yeah, it's pretty typical. So. Yeah, but anyway, any security concerns, any lockout issues, any facilities issues, talk to James or I, and we will give a call to either the conference center or the public security office, and we'll deal with that.
Question,
Go ahead.
are there internets and what's the?
Oh, yeah, sorry, this is good, yeah.
Okay, so student 12 is the SSID, and the password is follow me, all lowercase, and then 1027.
Is student 12 all lowercase as well?
Yes. But you should be able, that'll pull up and you should see it.
Is that campus-wide or certain areas? Or what's-
It'll be the main areas we're in, that should pop up.
It also covers the departments as well. It's got good service over there. Seems like so far we found it's everywhere.
Now, most of it's already gone through registration. Did you guys have any questions about that process? I think Alexander, I may have found a small shirt. Go ahead and try the medium and let me know. Any issues with registration that we need to deal with in general? Obviously, specifics work with James and Charlie. Go ahead, sir.
For game shirts, there's stuff on our tables, it's yours. I brought it for you for free, so don't think that you have to ask. We do have some shirts on the side that are for sale, but everything but shirts, they're yours. There's a couple candles, we're waiting till the very end for display purposes, but we don't want to take anything home, so.
Including, I saw some popcorn or something.
There's snacks, we've got, you name it, whatever's on the table is yours. Candles the last day for sure, t-shirts, just talk to us about it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, bro. Starting tomorrow, we'll have a better idea if there's extra shirts. For sure we'll have extra mouse pads and maybe an extra program. So if you want to get an extra mouse pad, then $5. For sure, because you're here and you're registered, you get one of each. So make sure you got your first one. But if you want to take some for a coworker or your spouse might want one. But go ahead and get those. Shirts are 10, print programs are 2. Okay. I got some slides just to cover the history. And then we'll, just to pre-warn you latecomers, I will be coming through and you'll have to introduce yourself and favorite pizza topping. Also share what projects you're on and like things while you're here. So, I'm going to cover these few topics, histories, a short story, and some vision. Way back in '02, there were a lot of teams working on Christian-themed Bible-based games. They were all typically smaller teams. I apologize if I missed any, let me know offline and I'll update the slides. Some of the larger teams was like Remnant and Brethren. Scott Wong will hopefully be here from the old Brethren. They changed, I think it's Game Samba now, is that right? Last I heard they had a name change, or maybe it's a separate business. And then Enlightening, they're the ones out of Medford that shipped Catechumen and Ominous Risings. And that was the crazy thing, like Shine Studios, the Saints of Virtue, that shipped in '96. There's a lot of games out there back in '02, so we had to do a little time travel. So the two major seeds, though, I was attending a separate conference. At most, they had about 30 people. What that did for me was, hey, I don't have to have thousands of people like at GDC to have a productive conference. And so a smaller conference can work, should we say micro conference? And then I've never made it to GDC, but I always wanted to go for some reason. It's always around my son's birthday, so my wife was like, get rejected. No. Cost and travel and birthday. So she finally asked, why isn't there a Christian conference? Oh yeah, why isn't there? That's a good question. So that got the inspired idea light bulb turned on in my head. And so did some painting. This was the old ChristianCoders.com that Tyler set up. Now it's ChristianDevs.com. So I just posted, hey, what if we do a conference and anyone going to come? Folks actually said they would. It was a surprise to me. So once got interest, we found the venue. It was Cascade College, not too far from here, and got that lined up. It was, of course, summertime's great because the colleges are available, got dorm space, close to the airport, and so 2 months was about the only amount of notice we were able to get out. But you know, we went ahead and had it. I expected 10, 12 people at most, but to prove this God thing, there was 30 people there. It's the importance of group picture. Only 23 got captured. So please, if you can, stay around. I think it's at 5 o'clock for the group picture on Saturday, or Friday or Saturday. And that was our t-shirt design there on the left for the first year. And then we kept going. Even a cooler t-shirt design, so subject to interpretation, of course. Upper right is the printed program, what that looked like. And again, this was a Cascade. Again, a Cascade 04, a little bit different design t-shirts. You'll see a trend with that. I don't have numbers handy, but we might have them captured somewhere. However, in 05, I liked the first year's design so much we reused it, plus we didn't have anything else at the moment, so that was available. It was easy. I already had the 05 put in there by the artist, and that was still a Cascade. There's some crazy guy in the lower left there. Look how skinny you are, man. Bottom right, South Crofton. Peter turned this bottom left there, in the blue. 06, as you can see, t-shirt designs kept changing. I did not get a group picture. If anyone has a group picture from 06, please get it to me. 07, we came over. Was 06 here? No, 06 was a Pacific Warner. That was Pacific Warner.
This is Warner, yeah.
Sorry.
That's Warner, and this is.
And then we're here. This is out by East Hall. Look how little all the kids are. Yeah. And again, we didn't get everybody, but we tried to get as many as we could. Mac did that t-shirt design for us. I think this was back at Cascade in 08. And there's that game breakout simulation. A little interesting version. Look at the far right there. I think there's a slick man up there. See, Eric? You were here. We got proof. 09, we're back over here at Concordia. Cool shirts on that year too. Again, the kids keep growing. I don't know what's up with that. February 09, we tried, is that the right? Yeah, that's the right date. We had a great winter retreat up at Yamhill,
No, it was at 5 Oak Ranch.
Five Rock Ranch, right next to Camp Yamhill. Wonderful. If you want a nice rustic setting, wonderful facilities, definitely check it out. And again, I didn't get a good picture there, but as you can see, we do like to eat. Don't go away hungry. If you are hungry, let us know. 2010 back over here, kind of a walk in the light theme. We have a few of those left, but they're double X. All right, Joseph, what's up with the fingers, man? You're supposed to do it this way.
Like this?
2011, that's the year we standardized on the new logo, and that's George Fox. And again, same logo. So now the shirts are going to look the same. Obviously, the orange is our volunteers. I forgot to mention that. If you need something, make sure you grab an orange shirt. We'll be more than happy to help you. And then this year, you are wanted for a group picture. So just some general vision. We want to glorify conference, not only here, glorify God at the conference. When you get home, keep that up, be encouraged. I don't know what it is about game development. Some of you veterans can speak to it better than I can, but it tends to be, maybe it's the 60-hour weeks or the 80-hour weeks, you kind of get beat up and discouraged. So we want you to be encouraged and recharged. Again, be salt and light for Jesus wherever you're at. Be active in your local church. We have this body of fellowship, so we're a church at the moment, but you want to get recharged often. We do want to openly, we try to invite board guys, card guys, paper, or, the tabletop, like the D&D type stuff. I think it's called tabletop. Video, computer games. If you have avenues, especially in the board card, tabletop area, get the word out. If you can do something special for them, let us know. We've had a few over the years, but it'd be nice to get a chunk of them at once. Mission statement, bring Christians involved in game development into fellowship, provide a chance to discuss topics important to the game development, and pray for God to bless all aspects of the game development industry, as well as the game developers. We definitely need all the blessings we can get. Purpose, we're an international community of Christians with diverse interests in the game development process. We want to glorify God through the administration and application of those interests and through our abilities in the gaming industry. So, thanks for sitting through most of this. Does that mean you can only be a Christian game developer and come to the conference if you're working on a certain project? No. If you're a believer, this is the spot for you. Now, the nice thing is if you are working on a title that's Bible-based or doesn't have to be overt, it could be covert, right? Just getting the message out through a story. That's kind of the icing on the cake, is when you can do both. But this conference is for everybody. Please share your insights, your projects. Obviously, filter, use your common sense for what's appropriate depending on your items who you're talking about. Any questions on that? Go ahead, Drew.
The mission stuff, is that, where can I find that? Is it on the website?
It should be. Yeah. If it's not, let me know. It should be on there. It might be reworded a bit. And this is fluid. If you want to add something or reword something, we're open for that. This is your conference. It's God's conference. It's your conference. So we will have, I forgot to mention, but the town hall is on Saturday, and that's where 5:30. So while we're eating pizza, we want your feedback. What worked well, what didn't, what suggestions you have. The first couple of years we didn't have workshops. It was just speeches and discussion time. So someone suggested workshops, and they've been pretty popular. So definitely give us that feedback at that time or email.